Welcome back to the garage. I have been searching for a solution to be able to take to the track, especially on those long road trips where I'm going out of town to race. I need something that'll air up both drag slicks as well as my diesel motorhome tires, which operate at over 100 pounds. And there's a lot of those tire inflator gimmicks and stuff on Amazon that, yeah, they claim they can go over 100 pounds, but do they really? No, I've tried them. I mean, I can get to 100 pounds, they just kind of die. But I think I've got a solution here that'll operate at both over 100 and the less than 20 pounds with these slicks. So I've been looking around and put this problem out on social media a few times. This company reached out to me saying, hey, we've got a solution that'll work at both over 100 pounds and under 20 pounds. Good luck saying that name, but they sent this to me for an honest review and see if I can make this thing work in both of those situations. Let's get this thing out of the box and see what it looks like. All right, here we go. Let's just, you're seeing me. I've torn the tape open off camera just because it's easy. Foam packaging, and oh my goodness, look at this. They send you a lovely box in a box. We don't need those boxes anymore. We don't need that foam anymore. Wow, that one really went a long ways. Okay, what's inside this thing? First up, we've got, USB charger. Even USB-C charger. That's always a huge benefit in today's world. Let's see here. We got all of the inflator doodads and things, which are actually nicely kept on the end. That's actually a nice thing. Believe it or not, occasionally when I go out of town, kids' toys and stuff need those small inflators, and yeah, it's nice to be able to have them. We've got the instruction manual. We'll just set that guy off to the side. As you can see, I have not opened this. Nothing here in the packaging is torn in any way, shape, or form. We are doing this live for the first time. Now, I do want to say that this is meant to operate at over 300 pounds, so we're going to see what it does. That's interesting. Oh, looks like it's a little foamy wear plate majigger. And I turned it on in the box. That's cool. So here's what we've got. Let's take a look at the instructions and see if it needs to be charged before the first use. It looks like we've got the nice display that this company's known for. I've got a couple other of their products, and this part is really nice and easy to see, especially out in bright sunlight. Input, output, that's nice. That thing's loud. That thing should do okay. So let me check the instruction manual and see if we need to plug this in for a while before it gets really used. The destruction booklet does say charge before first use, so let's get that done and come back to this in a little while. I know someone somewhere is going to say, but your motorhome probably has air brakes. Why don't you just use that? Yes, they go up to about 115, 120 pounds, give or take, maybe 150 if the gauge isn't lying to me. And the port is all the way up here at the front of the motorhome, which isn't very convenient when I've got the motorhome and the race trailer hooked up to it. I'm 65 feet long. I don't want to carry an air hose that big just to string from all the way up here, all the way back to the car to get it done. Plus, it's also a very low volume setup, meaning that if I'm going to inflate these 22.5-inch tires, it's going to take a while, and I don't want to have to hold on to it that long to be able to inflate tires on the motorhome if I need to when I'm out and about. So bottom line, could I use the air hose and the air brakes on the motorhome? Yes. Is it convenient? Not really. It's there if I need it, but I'm going to keep going with this little guy and see what happens. After about an hour or so on the charger, it's ready to rock. Turn it on, it's just a long press, and it starts to come on. Like that, real easy to read. There is a flashlight on the end. Hit the little flashlight button. You've got straight up flashlight. You've got flashy mode. And then you have SOS mode. Simple as that. You can dial up the pressure you want right here, half-pound increments. And I did check, and if you give me half a second, we'll get all the way around. And it does say it goes all the way up to 300 pounds. I'm not going to push it that hard because, frankly, I don't need to. But I'm deflating one of my slicks. Let's see how quickly it fills it up to about 15 pounds. This is a 29-inch tall by 11-inch wide Hoosier Slick. It is empty. You can see I've got the thingy hooked up to it, and it is empty. I can flex the sidewall. So let's just, wow, that's got to hold. Hook it up to the inflator. It's got this little collet thingy on the back. It stores nicely in the back. Press and hold because I actually want it on, the things. 15 pounds is the number we're going for. And I will get my phone out and we will hit the timer and the power button at the same time. Stopwatch. Here we go. 4 minutes and 20 some odd seconds. That's a pretty big tire. I mean, that's bigger than at least 2 of the 14 inchers I have over here that would be the original tire on my Regal. I don't feel too bad about that. I'm really only playing plus or minus a couple of pounds at the track. It looks like it'll do that fairly quickly. Let's go hook it up to something far bigger at a far higher pressure and see what it does. All right, this is a 22.5-inch tire on my Diesel Pusher Motorhome. It says that it's at 98 pounds. I want it at 105. Let's do the same test again. Here we go. Okay, interesting development. At 4 minutes in, keep in mind this is right after the 4 minutes of pumping up the slick. It has hit its thermal cutoff, so about 8 minutes is about all it's good for like continuous pumping. I'm going to come back in a few minutes once this is cooled down, and we'll continue this. Remember, 4.5 minutes. So I took that and set it next to a fan for about 10 minutes. Let's see how we do. Here we go. Starting at 102 pounds. And there we go. A little gauge says 106. Sometimes those jump around. And 8 minutes, 44 seconds for inflating that about 7 pounds from 98 to 105. Not too bad. It's a set it and forget it kind of thing. All right, we are back in the garage, and it is worth noting that, oh geez, touch the flashlight button and blind myself. It only used one of its little bars of battery, so this thing really has the capacity to do a lot of inflating, especially if you're just doing it casually. I kind of like this because it's like a set it and forget it kind of thing. Personally, I don't like standing there holding the inflator on the tire. I like to be able to set it up, hit start, walk away, and go do other things. Like you saw, I was jacking up the El Camino. I've got to change the pinion seal and that. I was doing other things while this was running. I like the hands-free, set it, forget it, come back to it later. Overall, this isn't too bad. This is, I mean, it's a little heavy, but I would expect that from a dedicated, higher capacity compressor. It's nice carrying case, lets me put it in the trailer. It's not going to get damaged. I think this is going to be something that's going to be very useful over the road, with my motorhome especially. Being able to set up the tires, being able just to walk away, go do other things. I think this is going to become a constant companion in my race trailer, where if I've got someone nearby that needs an inflator, I say, here, hand it to them. They can go do their thing, come back, and it'll be good to go. So overall, I'm very pleased. It's got a good construction. The rubbery handle is nice. The flashlight's nice. At this point, I've got no complaints. There will be a link to this guy down in the description so you can go get your own. Take a look at it. This company's got a fair few other products. I've tried a few of them. I've got one of their smaller jump packs with the air compressor, which is really nice. That one's great for pit use when I'm at the track and the staging lanes. In the event that I've got a competitor that needs a jump, I've got something that can lend a hand. I can pump up a tire a pound if we're sitting there after a track oil down. Overall, these guys are doing okay. So check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.